Good evening, Trina. New York Congressman Nick Langworthy says Israel is currently going through its own 9/11. He is urging President Biden to project America's military strength at a critical time for one of America's closest allies. Sirens blared across Israel Tuesday as the Israeli military intercepted another barrage of rockets fired by Hamas from the Gaza Strip. The escalating war now in its fourth day. New York Congressman Nick Langworthy says he watched in shock and horror on Saturday as Hamas militants invaded Israel in an unprecedented terror attack.
There's no excuse for this. There's no state of warfare that conducts itself like this. Hamas is ISIS at this point. This is about pure terror. And we have been part of a global war on terror since the terrorist attacks in 9/11. This has taken things to a new level. This was Israel's 9/11. And they've had an even greater proportional loss of life than we had on 9/11. Hamas has ruled the Gaza Strip since 2007. The U.S. considers Hamas to be a terror group. It says Hamas is backed, armed, and financed by Iran. U.S. officials say Iran is also backing Russia in the war in Ukraine. I'm deeply concerned about the axis that we see forming between Russia, Iran, and China. We have multiple fronts across the world right now. The Middle East destabilizes the whole world if it goes into total war. We have to stand with our great ally Israel.
As you just said, there's never an excuse for terrorism or slaughtering civilians. However, I'm sure you've heard the other arguments. You've seen perhaps protests. There was one in New York City. Essentially, they characterize it as a reaction to what they describe as decades of oppression and occupation. How do you respond to that argument? Is there any validity to the settlement question without, of course, again, resulting to brutal terrorism?
There's no excuse for the actions of what happened on Saturday. And, people that claim occupation, they reject Israel's right to exist.
Now, Congressman Langworthy says the House can't take any actions to help Israel because it's currently looking for a new Speaker of the House. Mr. Langworthy described the ouster of Kevin McCarthy as a, quote, coup d'etat caused by a temper tantrum from some far-right members of his own party. He said he does expect the House to appoint a new Speaker this week. We also posted our full, unedited interview with Mr. Langworthy on our website. That's mytwintears.com. Trina.